Hello everyone, welcome to Level Up Quiz. Shall we solve the quiz today? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and set the alarm. Let's get started.
United States. Level 1. What is the capital city of the United States?
Washington, D.C.
Which river runs through the Grand Canyon in the United States?
Colorado River.
What is the official currency of the United States?
U.S. dollar.
In which city is the Statue of Liberty located?
New York City.
Which state is known as the Sunshine State?
Florida. So far so good?
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
What is the national bird of the United States?
Bald eagle.
Which U.S. state is famous for its beaches and theme parks like Disneyland?
California.
What is the national anthem of the United States?
The Star-Spangled Banner.
Which U.S. state is home to the Grand Canyon?
Arizona. Cheer up.
Which city is famous for its Hollywood entertainment industry?
Los Angeles.
Which state is known for its Rocky Mountains and ski resorts?
Colorado.
What is the nickname of New York City's theater district?
Broadway.
Which city is known for its historic Freedom Trail and Boston Tea Party?
Boston.
What is the national mammal of the United States?
Bison. Keep going.
What is the national flower of the United States?
Rose.
What is the national tree of the United States?
Oak.
What is the national motto of the United States?
In God we trust.
Which city is known for its historic Pearl Harbor and USS Arizona Memorial?
Honolulu.
What is the nickname of California?
The Golden State.
United States. Level 2. Which U.S. state is known as the land of 10,000 lakes?
Minnesota.
What is the nickname of Texas?
The Lone Star State.
Which U.S. city is known as the Windy City?
Chicago.
Which state is famous for its potatoes?
Idaho.
Which U.S. state is known for its jazz music and Mardi Gras celebration in New Orleans?
Louisiana. So far so good?
Which U.S. state is known as the last frontier?
Alaska.
In which city is the White House located?
Washington, D.C.
Which U.S. state is known for its maple syrup production?
Vermont.
Which city is known for its Space Needle and coffee culture?
Seattle.
Which state is known as the land of enchantment?
New Mexico. Cheer up.
Which river runs along the border between Texas and Mexico?
Rio Grande.
Which city is known for its Independence Hall and Liberty Bell?
Philadelphia.
Which state is known as the Cornhusker State?
Nebraska.
What is the nickname of Nevada due to its legalized gambling industry?
The Silver State.
Which city is known for its Gateway Arch and Mississippi River?
St. Louis. Keep going.
Which state is known as the Garden State?
New Jersey.
Which city is known for its NASCAR Hall of Fame and banking industry?
Charlotte.
Which city is known for its historical role in the civil rights movement?
Atlanta.
Which U.S. state is known as the Evergreen State?
Washington.
Which state is known as the Granite State?
New Hampshire.
United States. Level 3. Which U.S. president is associated with the Emancipation Proclamation?
Abraham Lincoln.
What is the nickname of Maryland?
The Old Line State.
Which U.S. state is known as the Land of Opportunity?
Arkansas.
Which river flows through St. Louis, Missouri?
Mississippi River.
What is the nickname of Oregon?
The Beaver State. So far so good?
Which state is known as the Land of Lincoln?
Illinois.
What is the nickname of Alabama?
The Yellowhammer State.
Which city is known for its annual Rose Parade and Rose Bowl football game?
Pasadena.
Which U.S. president is associated with the Louisiana Purchase?
Thomas Jefferson.
Which city is known for its Golden Gate Bridge?
San Francisco. Cheer up.
Which state is known as the Sunflower State?
Kansas.
Which city is known for its Alamo Mission and historic battle site?
San Antonio.
Which state is known as the Beehive State?
Utah.
Which city is known for its historical role in the Civil War battle?
Gettysburg.
What is the nickname of Oklahoma?
The Sooner State. Keep going.
Which state is known as the Wolverine State?
Michigan.
Which river flows through Washington, D.C.?
Potomac River.
Which U.S. state is known as the Volunteer State?
Tennessee.
What is the nickname of Hawaii?
The Aloha State.
Which U.S. state is known as the Show Me State?
Missouri.
United States. Level 4. What is the nickname of New York?
The Empire State.
Which U.S. president is associated with the New Deal?
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Which state is known as the Centennial State?
Colorado.
Which city is known for its historical role in the Civil War and its Fort Sumter?
Charleston.
What is the tallest mountain peak in North America located in Alaska?
Denali. So far so good?
Which U.S. president is associated with the Watergate scandal?
Richard Nixon.
What is the nickname of Mississippi?
The Magnolia State.
Which state is known as the Bluegrass State?
Kentucky.
What is the nickname of Delaware?
The First State.
Which state is known as the Hoosier State?
Indiana. Cheer up.
Which U.S. president is associated with the Great Society program?
Lyndon B. Johnson.
What is the nickname of Maine?
The Pine Tree State.
Which city is known for its Space Center and Johnson Space Center?
Houston.
Which state is known as the Pelican State?
Louisiana.
What is the nickname of Vermont?
The Green Mountain State. Keep going.
Which state is known as the Peach State?
Georgia.
Which U.S. president is associated with the Treaty of Versailles?
Woodrow Wilson.
What is the nickname of North Carolina?
The Tar Heel State.
Which state is known as the Keystone State?
Pennsylvania.
Which state is known as the Mount Rushmore State?
South Dakota.
United States. Level 5. Which state is known as the Palmetto State?
South Carolina.
What is the nickname of Rhode Island?
The Ocean State.
What is the nickname of West Virginia?
The Mountain State.
What is the nickname of Illinois?
The Prairie State.
Which U.S. president is associated with the creation of the interstate highway system?
Dwight D. Eisenhower. So far so good?
What is the nickname of Arizona?
The Grand Canyon State.
What is the nickname of North Dakota?
The Peace Garden State.
Which state is known as the Treasure State?
Montana.
What is the nickname of Wisconsin?
The Badger State.
Which state is known as the Crossroads of America?
Indiana. Cheer up.
What is the capital city of Michigan?
Lansing.
What famous document begins with the words, "We the people"?
The Constitution of the United States.
What is the capital city of California?
Sacramento.
What is the nickname of Ohio?
The Buckeye State.
What is the capital city of Pennsylvania?
Harrisburg. Keep going.
What is the capital city of Tennessee?
Nashville.
What is the nickname of Pennsylvania?
The Keystone State.
Which U.S. state is known as the Hawkeye State?
Iowa.
What is the capital city of Oregon?
Salem.
Which state is known as the Equality State?
Wyoming. Congratulations! Move on to the next topic. Come on.
Volleyball. Level 1. How many players are on each side of a standard volleyball team?
Six.
Which player is typically responsible for setting up the ball for a spike in volleyball?
Setter.
How many points are needed to win a set in volleyball?
$25 points.
What is the term for the action of hitting the ball over the net into the opponent's court?
Spike.
What is the maximum number of hits a team can make to return the ball over the net?
Three. So far so good?
What is the term for the first hit of the ball over the net by the receiving team?
Pass or receive?
What is the term for the first hit of the ball over the net by the receiving team?
Ace.
What is the term for a ball that is illegally contacted or directed by a player in volleyball?
Fault.
In volleyball, how many sets are typically played in a match?
Best of 5 sets.
Which player typically wears a different color jersey from the rest of the team in volleyball?
Libero. Cheer up.
What is the term for a player's overhead pass to a teammate in volleyball?
Set.
What is the area of the court where players serve the ball from in volleyball?
Service zone.
What is the circular zone located at the back of the court in volleyball?
End line.
Which player is responsible for defending against spikes and other attacks from the opponent in volleyball?
Blocker.
What is the term for a defensive play in which a player dives to keep the ball from hitting the ground?
Dig. Keep going.
Which player is responsible for serving the ball to start the rally in volleyball?
Server.
What is the term for a situation where both teams have an equal score in a set of volleyball?
Tie or draw.
What is the area of the court where front row players are positioned during a game?
Front court.
What is the term for a player touching the ball multiple times in succession in volleyball?
Double touch.
What is the term for the action of a player stepping on or over the center line during play in volleyball?
Violation.
Volleyball. Level 2. Which position on the volleyball court is typically responsible for blocking and attacking at the net?
Middle blocker.
In volleyball, what is the term for the area above the net through which the ball must pass during play?
Net. What is the term for the area above the net where players can legally hit the ball to score a point in volleyball? Court.
What is the term for the line parallel to the net that divides the front court and back court?
Attack line.
What is the term for a play in which the ball is sent over the net by hitting it with the palm of the hand?
Hand pass. So far so good?
Which international organization governs the rules and regulations of volleyball worldwide?
FIVB.
What is the term for a player who replaces a front row player without prior notice to the referee?
Substitution.
What is the area of the court where back row players are positioned during a game?
Backcourt.
Which type of scoring system is commonly used in volleyball, where points can be scored by the serving team or the receiving team?
Rally scoring.
In volleyball, what is it called when the ball touches the ground outside the court boundaries?
Out of bounds. Cheer up.
What is the line that divides the court into two equal halves in volleyball?
Centerline.
What is the term for a pass made with the forearms joined together to contact the ball in volleyball?
Forearm pass.
What is the term for the area of the court where players cannot enter or pass through during play in volleyball?
Non-playing area.
In volleyball, what is the penalty for a rotation fault?
Loss of rally and point to the opponent.
What is the term for a violation that occurs when a player makes contact with the net during play in volleyball?
Net violation. Keep going.
Which type of hit involves contacting the ball with a closed fist in volleyball?
Closed fist hit.
In volleyball, what is the term for a legal action where a player blocks the ball from crossing the net into their court?
Block.
What is the term for the position on the court where a player typically serves from in volleyball?
Service position.
What is the term for the position on the court where the setter usually plays in volleyball?
Setting zone.
What is the term for a legal hit in which the ball is hit forcefully into the opponent's court with a quick arm motion in volleyball?
Attack.
Volleyball. Level 3. In volleyball, what is the term for a defensive play where a player dives to save the ball from hitting the ground?
Dive.
What is the term for the action of striking the ball with the hands above the head to send it over the net in volleyball?
Overhead pass.
What is the net height for women's volleyball?
7 feet 4.125 inches.
What is the term for a legal hit in which the ball is contacted with the fingers of both hands simultaneously in volleyball?
Finger set.
In volleyball, what is the term for a player who primarily attacks and blocks at the net?
Hitter. So far so good?
In volleyball, what is the term for a violation where a player hits the ball illegally using a closed fist?
Closed fist hit violation.
Which position on the volleyball court is typically responsible for attacking and blocking at the net?
Outside hitter.
What is the term for a defensive play where a player uses one hand to direct the ball to a teammate in volleyball?
One-handed set.
Which line on the volleyball court marks the boundary for the front row players during play?
Front zone line.
What is the term for a defensive play where a player extends both arms to pass or receive the ball in volleyball?
Double arm pass. Cheer up.
What is the term for a violation where a player's foot crosses over the center line of the court during play in volleyball?
Centerline violation.
In volleyball, what is the penalty for a ball landing on the boundary line during play?
Point awarded to the attacking team.
Which line on the volleyball court marks the boundary for the back row players during play?
Back row attack line.
In volleyball, what is the term for the position on the court where the libero typically plays defense?
Defensive position.
What is the term for a defensive play where a player uses the feet to kick the ball in volleyball?
Foot save. Keep going.
In volleyball, what is the term for a violation where a player serves the ball illegally by stepping on or over the end line?
Foot fault.
Which line on the volleyball court marks the boundary for the serving area during a game?
Service line.
What is the term for a legal hit in which the ball is hit with a quick wrist snap to send it over the net in volleyball?
Flick.
What is the term for a legal action where a player uses a closed fist to hit the ball forcefully into the opponent's court in volleyball?
Punch.
What is the term for a violation where a player interferes with the opponent's ability to play the ball legally in volleyball?
Interference.
Volleyball. Level 4. What do you call a serve that results directly in a point?
Service ace.
What is the term for a legal hit in volleyball where the ball is hit forcefully into the opponent's court with a quick wrist snap?
Wrist shot.
What is the rotation direction in volleyball?
Clockwise rotation.
What do you call an illegal hit where the ball is caught or thrown?
A lift.
In volleyball, what is the term for a quick offensive play where the setter delivers the ball directly to a hitter without a set?
Quick attack. So far so good?
What type of serve has no spin and floats in the air?
Float serve.
What is the term for a legal hit in volleyball where the ball is hit with a quick downward motion using the fingertips?
Fingertip shot.
In volleyball, what is the term for a defensive play where a player uses one hand to direct the ball to a teammate?
Dump.
What is the name of the deciding set in a volleyball match?
Fifth set.
What skill is usually used for the second hit to set up an attack?
The set. Cheer up.
What is the name of the attack where the hitter jumps behind the setter?
Slide attack.
What type of block is performed by three players together?
Triple team block.
What defensive system uses players positioned in a W shape?
W serve receive.
What is the term for a legal hit in volleyball where the ball is hit with a quick wrist snap using the fingers of both hands?
Finger flick.
In volleyball, what is the term for a defensive play where a player dives to save the ball just before it hits the ground?
Pancake. Keep going.
What is the defensive action of passing a hard spike?
Digging the ball.
What is the name for a very fast set to the middle hitter?
Quick tempo set.
What is the term for a legal hit in volleyball where the ball is contacted with the fingertips of both hands simultaneously above the head?
Overhead fingertip.
What is the standard height of a volleyball net for men's competitions?
7 feet 11.625 inches.
What type of set is delivered behind the setter to the hitter?
Back set.
Volleyball. Level 5. What is the maximum number of hits allowed per team before the ball must go over the net in volleyball?
Three hits.
What is the rule violation when players overlap before the serve?
Rotation overlap fault.
What serve involves jumping and hitting with topspin?
Jump topspin serve.
What is the term for a player who primarily attacks from the sides of the net in volleyball?
Wing spiker.
What type of set travels high and slow to the outside hitter?
High outside set. So far so good?
What is the minimum lead needed to win a volleyball set?
Two-point lead.
In volleyball, what is the term for a legal hit where the ball is struck with the heel of the hand in a downward motion?
Heel hit.
What term describes the area where setters usually operate?
Setter target zone.
What is the term for a back row attack from position 6?
Pipe attack.
What is the term for a legal hit in which the ball is hit forcefully into the opponent's court using the open hand motion?
Spike. Cheer up.
In volleyball, what is the term for a defensive play where a player uses the feet to kick the ball?
Kick save.
What is the official height of the antenna above the volleyball net?
$80 centimeters.
What is the maximum number of substitutions allowed per team per set in indoor volleyball?
Six substitutions.
What is the name of the quick attack in the middle of the net?
Middle quick attack.
What is the official diameter of a volleyball used in international competitions?
(8.46 to 8.58 inches). Keep going.
What do you call a soft shot placed over the blockers?
Tip shot.
What is the term for a quick set directly in front of the setter?
Quick one set.
In volleyball, what is the term for the position on the court where the middle blocker typically plays?
Middle blocker position.
What is the official weight range of a volleyball used in international competition?
260 to 280 grams.
What is the term for a controlled pass after receiving a serve?
Serve receive pass. Congratulations! Move on to the next topic. Come on.
Weather. Level 1. What is another name for a rainstorm with strong winds?
Thunderstorm.
What is the phenomenon where small droplets of water condense in the air near the ground?
Fog.
What do we call the frozen water that falls from clouds in winter?
Snow.
What is the term for a period of little or no rain that lasts for an extended time?
Drought.
What do we call the water that falls to the ground during a storm?
Rain. So far so good?
Which natural event produces flashes of light in the sky and loud noises during a storm?
Lightning.
What do we call the water that collects on grass and leaves during cool nights?
Dew.
Which season is known for its hot and humid weather in many regions?
Summer.
What is the term for the measurement of the atmosphere's temperature, humidity, wind, and precipitation?
Weather.
What is the term for the average weather conditions in a specific area over a long period?
Climate. Cheer up.
What is the term for the swirling, funnel-shaped cloud that can be very destructive?
Tornado.
What do we call the layer of gases surrounding the Earth that traps heat and makes it livable?
Atmosphere.
What type of precipitation falls as small balls or lumps of ice during a thunderstorm?
Hail.
Which season is known for its colorful leaves and cooler temperatures?
Autumn.
What is the term for the periodic warming of the Pacific Ocean that affects global weather patterns?
El Niño. Keep going.
What do we call the part of the day when the sun is highest in the sky and shadows are shortest?
Noon.
What do we call the prediction of future weather conditions based on scientific data and observations?
Weather forecast.
Which weather condition is characterized by a sudden, violent windstorm often accompanied by rain or snow?
Squall.
Which weather condition involves a rapid drop in atmospheric pressure and often brings strong winds and heavy rain?
Storm.
What is the term for a fast-moving current of air high in the atmosphere?
Jet stream.
Weather. Level 2. What is the term for the boundary between two air masses of different temperatures and humidity levels?
Front.
What instrument measures atmospheric pressure?
Barometer.
What is the term for the warming of the Earth's surface due to the trapping of heat by greenhouse gases?
Greenhouse effect.
Which weather condition is characterized by strong winds blowing sand and dust particles through the air?
Dust storm.
What is the term for the temperature at which air becomes fully saturated with moisture and dew forms?
Dew point. So far so good?
What do we call the visible suspension of water droplets or ice crystals in the air?
Cloud.
Which weather condition is characterized by low visibility due to suspended water droplets near the ground?
Mist.
What is the term for the thin layer of ice that forms on surfaces when the air temperature is below freezing?
Frost.
Which weather condition involves strong winds combined with snowfall, reducing visibility?
Blizzard.
Which weather phenomenon is a large, swirling storm system with low pressure at its center?
Hurricane. Cheer up.
What do we call the area of low pressure in the center of a hurricane or cyclone?
Eye.
What type of weather occurs when the temperature drops below freezing and rain turns to ice?
Freezing rain.
Which weather condition is characterized by extremely low temperatures and often clear skies?
Cold wave.
Which weather phenomenon is characterized by rapid downward movement of air?
Downburst.
What type of clouds are thin, wispy, and often appear high in the sky?
Cirrus clouds. Keep going.
What is the term for the continuous movement of water from the oceans to the atmosphere and back again?
Water cycle.
What do we call the process by which water is heated by the sun and returns to the atmosphere as vapor?
Evaporation.
Which weather phenomenon occurs when warm air rises and cools, forming clouds and precipitation?
Convection.
What do we call the measurement of the Earth's heat balance, considering incoming solar radiation and outgoing infrared radiation?
Energy balance.
What is the term for a large body of air with uniform temperature and humidity?
Air mass.
Weather. Level 3. Which weather condition involves strong winds carrying large amounts of sand and dust particles?
Sandstorm.
Which type of cloud is characterized by its fluffy, cauliflower-like appearance and can extend vertically into the atmosphere?
Cumulus cloud.
What is the term for the process by which ice crystals form directly from water vapor without first becoming liquid?
Deposition.
Which type of precipitation consists of small ice pellets that form when raindrops freeze as they fall through a layer of subfreezing air?
Sleet.
What is the term for the warming of the Earth's surface and lower atmosphere due to the trapping of heat by greenhouse gases?
Global warming. So far so good?
What do we call the process by which water vapor turns into liquid water?
Condensation.
What is the term for the total amount of water vapor in the air compared to the maximum it can hold at that temperature?
Relative humidity.
Which weather condition is characterized by high temperatures and low humidity, often increasing the risk of wildfires?
Heat wave.
What do we call the pattern of prevailing winds in the tropics that influences weather and climate in many regions?
Trade winds.
What do we call the line on weather maps connecting places with equal atmospheric pressure?
Isobar. Cheer up.
What phenomenon is characterized by a sudden, localized downdraft of air that can cause strong winds at the surface?
Microburst.
What do we call the weather condition characterized by a large, rotating system of high pressure with sinking air and clear skies?
Anticyclone.
What is the term for a localized, persistent, low-level wind that flows from the sea to the land?
Sea breeze.
What phenomenon is characterized by a sudden increase in air temperature after a period of prolonged cold weather?
Warm spell.
What do we call the small-scale atmospheric motion caused by temperature differences in a localized area?
Thermal. Keep going.
Which weather phenomenon occurs when cold air is trapped near the ground and cannot rise?
Temperature inversion.
What do we call the layer of the atmosphere above the troposphere where temperature increases with altitude?
Stratosphere.
What is the term for the process by which clouds form and grow?
Cloud formation.
What is the term for the maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold at a given temperature?
Saturation.
What is the term for the scientific study of weather conditions and phenomena?
Meteorology.
Weather. Level 4. What is the term for the measure of the amount of water vapor present in the air?
Humidity.
What is the layer of the atmosphere closest to the Earth's surface?
Troposphere.
What is the phenomenon where warm air is pushed up over colder air?
Frontal lifting.
What is the term for the process of air cooling as it rises and expands?
Adiabatic cooling.
What is the name for a weather phenomenon characterized by the rapid sinking of air and low humidity?
Foehn wind. So far so good?
What is the term for a violent tropical cyclone in the western Pacific and Indian Ocean?
Typhoon.
What is the process where water is transferred from the land to the atmosphere by evaporation from the soil and other surfaces?
Evapotranspiration.
What phenomenon occurs when warm, moist air rises over a cooler surface and condenses into fog near the ground?
Radiation fog.
What phenomenon occurs when a body of water heats the air above it, causing local winds to blow from the water to the land?
Land breeze.
What is the term for a large-scale circulation pattern in the ocean that influences weather and climate?
Ocean current. Cheer up.
What is the term for the measure of the average speed and direction of the wind over a specified period of time?
Wind velocity.
What is the name for a small, intense cyclonic storm that forms over tropical oceans?
Tropical cyclone.
What is the term for the vertical movement of air due to temperature differences in the atmosphere?
Vertical motion.
What phenomenon involves the circulation of air around areas of high and low pressure in the atmosphere?
Atmospheric circulation.
Which weather instrument measures wind speed?
Anemometer. Keep going.
What type of clouds often bring steady rain or snow for an extended period?
Stratus clouds.
What do we call the weather condition that occurs when warm and cold air masses meet but do not mix?
Occluded front.
What do we call the temperature below which water droplets in the air begin to freeze?
Freezing point.
Which weather condition involves the movement of air masses from higher to lower elevations, often causing clouds and precipitation?
Orographic lift.
Which weather condition involves a large-scale circulation pattern of winds in the middle latitudes, resulting in variable weather?
Westerlies.
Weather. Level 5. What is the boundary layer of warm ocean water near the coast that can intensify tropical storms?
Gulf Stream.
What do we call the instrument used to measure humidity in the air?
Hygrometer.
Which scale measures the intensity of hurricanes based primarily on the damage they cause?
Saffir-Simpson.
Which cloud type is dense, gray, and often brings steady precipitation?
Nimbostratus.
What is the term for the heating of the Earth's surface and atmosphere due to the sun's energy?
Solar radiation. So far so good?
Which weather condition involves a layer of dense fog that forms when warm, moist air moves over a colder surface?
Advection fog.
Which weather condition is characterized by a large mass of warm air rising rapidly and producing thunderstorms?
Convective instability.
What is the term for the rate at which temperature decreases with increasing altitude in the atmosphere?
Lapse rate.
Which weather instrument measures the amount of precipitation that has fallen over a specific period?
Rain gauge.
What is the term for the process by which water vapor is released from plants into the atmosphere?
Transpiration. Cheer up.
Which type of cloud is a dense, towering cloud that often brings heavy precipitation and thunderstorms?
Cumulonimbus.
What is the name given to a warm, dry wind that descends the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains, causing rapid temperature increases?
Chinook.
What is the term for the process by which water droplets collide and merge to form larger drops, eventually falling as precipitation?
Coalescence.
Which weather instrument measures the amount of solar radiation received at the Earth's surface?
Pyranometer.
What is the term for the layer of the Earth's atmosphere immediately above the stratosphere where temperature decreases with altitude?
Mesosphere. Keep going.
What is the term for the cooling of the Earth's surface at night due to the radiation of heat into the atmosphere?
Radiational cooling.
Which weather instrument measures humidity levels using two thermometers, one with a wet bulb and one with a dry bulb?
Psychrometer.
What do we call a sudden and brief heavy rain shower?
Cloudburst.
What do we call the small, swirling column of air that rises vertically from the ground, often visible due to dust or debris?
Dust devil.
What is the term for the measure of the amount of sunlight that reaches a particular area over a specific period?
Sunshine duration. Congratulations! Move on to the next topic. Come on.
X-ray. Level 1. Who invented X-rays?
Wilhelm Röntgen.
What year were X-rays discovered?
(1895).
X-rays are a type of what kind of radiation?
Electromagnetic radiation.
What do X-rays help doctors to view?
Bones.
What does an X-ray machine produce?
Images. So far so good?
X-rays can be used to detect what type of issues?
Fractures.
What color do bones appear on an X-ray?
White.
What do X-rays pass through to create images?
Body tissues.
X-rays are used to diagnose which kind of disease in the chest?
Pneumonia.
What protective gear is often worn during an X-ray?
Lead apron. Cheer up.
What body part cannot be X-rayed without risk?
Eyes.
What type of imaging technique uses X-rays?
X-ray imaging.
What type of X-ray is commonly used for dental checks?
Dental X-ray.
What type of X-ray is used for checking the breasts?
Mammography.
What does an X-ray image of the chest usually show?
Lungs. Keep going.
What do X-rays help to detect in the lungs?
Tuberculosis.
What is a key feature of X-rays in medical imaging?
Non-invasive.
What part of the X-ray machine produces the radiation?
Tube.
What type of X-ray is used for bone fractures?
Radiography.
What is used to protect from excessive X-ray exposure?
Shielding.
X-ray. Level 2. What should patients avoid before getting an X-ray?
Metal objects.
What kind of waves do X-rays belong to?
High-frequency waves.
What do X-rays create in the body to form an image?
Shadows.
What is one common medical use of X-rays?
Detecting fractures.
What part of the X-ray process detects radiation?
Film. So far so good?
What part of the X-ray equipment emits the X-rays?
Cathode.
What type of X-ray is used to check for cancer?
Mammogram.
Which type of medical professional analyzes X-ray images?
Radiologist.
What is the danger of excessive X-ray exposure?
Radiation damage.
What does an X-ray help detect in the abdominal area?
Blockages. Cheer up.
Which organs are usually protected from X-rays during scans?
Reproductive organs.
What do doctors use X-rays for in the lungs?
Detecting infections.
What protective material absorbs X-rays?
Lead.
What color do soft tissues appear on an X-ray?
Gray.
What form of X-ray is often used for dental imaging?
Bite wing X-ray. Keep going.
What is the primary risk of X-rays?
Radiation exposure.
What does an X-ray image of a broken bone show?
Fracture lines.
What type of radiation is produced by X-ray machines?
Ionizing radiation.
What is the term for an X-ray scan of the chest?
Chest X-ray.
What color does air appear in an X-ray image?
Black.
X-ray. Level 3. What is the main risk of repeated exposure to X-rays?
Cancer.
What body part is typically scanned first in a medical X-ray?
Chest.
What is the main purpose of a dental X-ray?
Check teeth.
What kind of X-ray is used to examine the stomach area?
Abdominal X-ray.
What do X-rays help detect in dental exams?
Cavities. So far so good?
What does an X-ray detect in the lungs?
Tumors.
What kind of waves are X-rays?
Electromagnetic waves.
What type of body part can X-rays not clearly show?
Soft tissues.
Which imaging technique uses X-rays for real-time images?
Fluoroscopy.
What does an X-ray of the abdominal area typically examine?
Intestines. Cheer up.
What technology uses X-rays to examine the body's interior?
CT scan.
What type of X-ray is used to detect bone fractures?
Conventional X-ray.
Which medical imaging uses X-rays to observe heart conditions?
Angiography.
What body system do X-rays commonly assess?
Skeletal system.
What organ can X-rays help evaluate in trauma cases?
Brain. Keep going.
What do X-rays help detect in the chest?
Fluid buildup.
Which part of the body does a mammogram target?
Breasts.
What is the most common side effect of radiation exposure?
Skin burns.
Which X-ray is used to evaluate the spine in detail?
Spinal X-ray.
Which professional is responsible for performing X-ray procedures?
Radiologic technologist.
X-ray. Level 4. What is a fluoroscopy used to examine in real time?
Internal organs.
What is a CT scan primarily used for?
Cross-sectional images.
What does a CT scan combine with X-rays for detailed imaging?
Computer processing.
What is the key difference between X-rays and gamma rays?
Origin.
Which field of medicine uses X-rays to diagnose fractures?
Orthopedics. So far so good?
What is a common risk factor for X-ray induced damage?
Excessive exposure.
What does a pelvic X-ray examine?
Pelvis and hips.
What type of X-ray can show soft tissue injuries?
MRI.
Which part of the X-ray machine focuses the radiation beam?
Collimator.
What is the role of a radiologist in X-ray imaging?
Image interpretation. Cheer up.
What does an X-ray of the abdomen usually detect?
Obstructions.
What imaging technique uses X-rays for viewing the gastrointestinal tract?
Barium swallow.
What is the method used to enhance visibility in X-ray images?
Contrast agents.
What is a key advantage of digital X-rays over traditional X-rays?
Faster processing.
What type of medical imaging uses X-rays to visualize the heart's blood vessels?
Coronary angiography. Keep going.
What is the typical contrast material used in X-ray imaging?
Barium sulfate.
What is the difference between a plain X-ray and a CT scan?
Detail level.
What part of the body is examined using a fluoroscopy?
Digestive system.
What process uses X-rays to create detailed, layered body images?
Computed tomography.
What is an advantage of digital over film-based X-rays?
Immediate results.
X-ray. Level 5. What is the primary risk of radiation exposure from X-rays?
Mutations.
What was the first documented use of X-rays in medicine?
Broken bones.
What is the function of the collimator in an X-ray machine?
Focus the beam.
What effect does high exposure to X-rays have on tissue?
Cell damage.
What term describes X-rays' ability to pass through soft tissue?
Penetration. So far so good?
What is the name of the contrast material commonly used for X-ray imaging?
Barium.
What is the function of a dosimeter in relation to X-rays?
Measure radiation.
What technology is used to convert X-ray images into digital formats?
Digital radiography.
What is the term for the procedure where a small amount of contrast material is injected during an X-ray?
Contrast fluoroscopy.
Which imaging system uses X-rays to create a 3D image of the body?
CT scanner. Cheer up.
What is the typical range of radiation in dental X-rays compared to a chest X-ray?
Lower.
What is the primary use of fluoroscopy?
Real-time imaging.
What part of the body is typically imaged using a pelvic X-ray?
Pelvis.
What is one of the key concerns of frequent X-ray exposure for medical personnel?
Radiation sickness.
What type of X-ray technique is used in emergency medicine for trauma patients?
Trauma radiography. Keep going.
What does a typical dental X-ray examine?
Teeth and bones.
What material is used to reduce radiation exposure in X-ray tubes?
Tungsten.
What medical procedure uses X-rays to assess the blood vessels of the heart?
Coronary angiography.
What does a CT scan provide over a standard X-ray?
Detailed slices.
What is the term for the examination of the spine using X-rays?
Spinal radiography. Congratulations! Move on to the next topic. Come on.